admissions. I'd like to discuss with you today INSEAD 1. INSEAD 1 asks, give a candid description of yourself, stressing the personal characteristics you feel to be your strengths and weaknesses, and the main factors which have influenced your personal development, giving examples when necessary. 400 words, approximately. That's the max that they're suggesting for this very demanding question. And the reason I've chosen to discuss this question today is largely because of a book I just finished. The book is by Laura Hellenbrand, and it's called Unbroken. And it's about a man named Louis Zamperini, I'm not quite sure how it's pronounced. And fascinating life story. I highly recommend the book. The book highlighted a fact of life, and that is that character traits, when misapplied or mischanneled, misdirected, are frequently weaknesses. But those same character traits, when well directed and applied properly, can be enormous strengths. So getting back to the question, most people respond to questions asking about strengths and weaknesses by listing one or two strengths and perhaps providing examples for that, and then tucking in a weakness and moving quickly back to the strengths and finishing the question. That is an acceptable way to go, but given the complexity and what's demanded in this question and the tight word limit, you don't really have room for that. So what I'm suggesting, based on some thoughts I had after finishing this book, is that you choose a trait that can have negative or positive sides. And there are many, many character traits like that. For example, if you are stubborn, you can also be persistent and tenacious. And stubbornness is generally a negative trait, and it's usually that persistence and tenacity misapplied, misdirected, incorrectly channeled. So if you are advocating a certain policy or leading a project down a particular path, and there's evidence that what you are advocating is not effective, and you stubbornly persist, that is a particular character trait misapplied. If you learn from that lesson, and you learn to listen to others and take input, you learn to adapt to circumstance as they present themselves, and to change your policy, to change direction, then suddenly it's not misapplied, especially if you then show your persistence and tenacity in achieving the goal ultimately successfully. Or if again you stumble as a result of stubbornness, and then later on do a little bit of, maybe perhaps on a different project or different situation, achieve something great, whether it be running the marathon, leading the project, solving the problem, mastering a particular skill or topic, whatever it is, that's that same quality applied constructively and positively and allowing you to achieve. It's now a strength. You've turned a liability into a strength. And it's avoiding the mistake, which I strongly recommend against and which schools hate, where somebody puts in a phony weakness. It's a real weakness. You acknowledge it, you know you have to channel it, you know you have to control it, and you show that you're capable of doing so. That is showing the candor that INSEAD requests. It's showing the self-awareness and the maturity that most graduate programs like to see in graduate school applicants. I want to thank you very much for listening. This is Linda Abraham with Eye on Admissions.